When?
Hey, how y'all doing? My name's Damon Bird. I'm out here at the Tar Ridge Church of God in Menifee County, and I've got myself a jump jack. A lot of people hasn't seen these. This one here was made by my stepdad. He's 87 years old.
87.
And I've got some that my grandfather made, and he made his out of cedar. And these is pretty interesting little contraption. They're a lot of fun, and if you get real good, you can get him to come up here and stand up like this, but I haven't done that one that way, this way. But I'll tell you what, if you ain't had one of these in your hand, you just don't know what you're missing out on. Because you can keep yourself entertained for hours on top of hours.
Damon, can you tell me what that's made out of? What wood?
Well, I'm not for sure what the wood is on this one. Some of this might be cedar. This over here might be like a maple or something of that nature. I don't think it's oak. The little man might be cedar, but I'm not for sure what Charlie made him, what he made it out of.
Would you say that children back in the olden times played with toys like that?
Yeah, quite often. I think so, quite often. Of course, you know, back in the old days, they didn't have toys and stores and stuff like we have now. The old timers, they made out about the best they could making things like this. I've seen a spool that a thread was on cut and done where it would roll and spin, and people had made and stuff. And well, myself was a little boy, well, I used to use corn cobs to make me what we called a pig pen. And I had my pigs, yeah, my papa taught me. He taught me how to play the goose and the fox. A board, like a board game, you drawed it out, and different games, different things like that. But
pretty good grandfather, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, I really loved him. He was a good man, good honest man, and when his honesty and everything is, you have to go far to beat it. But he was always truthful with you. He lived for the Lord. I've seen him many times sitting in a rocking chair or something late in the evening and have his Bible open, reading his Bible. He would never steer you wrong. He liked to joke and cut and pick at you, but he'd never steer you wrong. He was a good man.
But you know, Damon, we've heard about the Blackbird Mountain. We've heard about that one, but what I want to know just a little bit, what your grandfather told you about Devil's Half Acre.
Well,
do you remember anything about that?
That Devil's Half Acre, it's in Menifee County.
Don't have to tell me where it's at because we want to look for it.
Okay.
Just like we do the Blackbird Mountain.
All right, it's in Menifee County, and the spot of ground's pretty rough. I think sort of level, but it's surrounded by about 3/4 of it's surrounded by cliffs. Yeah. And they said it's a pretty rough area and stuff. I will say this, if you get in there looking for it, you better watch out for the copperheads, because it's in nothing but copperhead country. And I've been close by. I never did actually go to it, but maybe one of these days I might make the journey. I know about where it's at. I don't think it'd be too hard for me to find because of the description and stuff my grandfather gave me and told me and everything. So.
Did he tell you anything about how it got its name or anything like that? Or?
No, not that I can remember, other than probably the roughness of it, you know, and everything, and the wildness of it, I guess, something along that nature. I don't know if anybody claimed to seen the devil down there or not, like that. But
no, it's probably just a name for the roughness of the territory.
For the roughness. He did tell me about Fiddlers Gap. Do you know about Fiddlers Gap?
Never heard about it. Tell us about it.
Well, Fiddlers Gap is down on Betty Gap Ridge, and close where Harlan Helton lived, and of course J.D. Trimble used to be our judge across from his place. And there's a gap there in the cliff, and years ago, there's an old fiddle player that's riding his horse and buggy, and he had been to some kind of a party or something to play music. And of course he'd had a little too much to drink, and when he went to go down that gap, he didn't go down where he needed to, and the horse and buggy and him went over the cliff and killed him.
Oh.
But they say if you'll get down there at that gap at a certain time, around 12 o'clock, and get on a certain rock, the fiddler will play for you. Now, I don't know. I've not been down there at that certain time or not, but I know of a person that's coon hunting, and his lantern was about to go out, and he told me, he said, I wish I could get on that rock and hear that fiddle play. I'd make it to the top of the hill up that ridge a lot quicker, and that was my pack-off.
Well, you know what? It kind of reminds me of the turtle fiddler, the one that plays the fiddles without strings up on Blackbird Mountain.
On Blackbird Mountain.
And he leaves Blackbird Mountain a lot of times. Maybe he went to the Fiddler's Cliff.
You can't never tell.
And I know we got a couple coon hounds that goes with the fiddler.
Yeah.
The turtle fiddler. We got the blue tick, the dog of thunder.
Yeah.
We got the weezer. We got the black and tan. He coon hunting them coon hunting boys.
Yeah.
So you think that could be some kind of related, maybe?
You can't never tell. In this part of the country, there's a lot of things that's related. You wouldn't think would be related and everything, but I'll tell you what, I don't think I'm going to try to go down there anytime soon and find that rock at 12 o'clock, because I don't feel like I want to hear the fiddler play. I don't think I want to run that fast trying to get up the hill.
Trying to get up that hill.
So what about you?
I don't think I'll go either, but we're going to leave it out to society. Maybe they want to go find that Fiddler's Cliff.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to find that Blackbird Mountain.
Yeah. Fiddler's Gap, a lot of people, there's a lot of people up home knows about Fiddler's Gap. It's there close to the road, but there's not a lot of people knows about the Devil's Half Acre.
That's what I'd say too.
And there's not a lot of people knows about a place I call a hole in the wall.
Is that right? I don't know about that one either.
The cliffs. Well, I'll have to tell you about.
You'll have to tell me about that the next episode.
Yep.
That way we can continue this.
Hole in the wall. And of all the things I've seen in the cliffs, to me, this is one of the ones that sticks with you. And I've seen a lot of stuff, a lot of Indian writings and markings and a lot of stuff in the cliffs in my lifetime. But this place is different. It's not a bad place or anything like that. But it's just different than anything. It's amazing that you can go in a spot and end up in the middle of the cliff in a big room.
That's pretty neat, huh?
That's pretty neat. So.
Now, can you tell us who your grandfather was that you're talking about?
My grandfather was Mort Botts.
Mort Botts.
Mort Botts. His name was Henry Morton Botts, and they called him Mort.
So, when was he born? You remember pretty close?
1902.
So he'd know all about it then, and he did have those stories to tell you.
Yeah, he did. He can even remember before there was a road, just a walk trail going into Red River here off of Tar Ridge before there was even a road.
Going into the gorge, right?
Going into the gorge. He could remember that. And he was raised on a coal cave down next to Longbow Boat Dock.
Well.
And my mother was born at Longbow Boat Dock. And but that's where he was raised, was in Coal Cave, and he spent a lot of time in the woods as a boy and as a man. And he.
Damon, could you tell us anything about your good old friend Firecracker Dan? You remember him?
That Firecracker Dan is a house cat. You got to watch him. He's a pretty good feller. He's a likable fella, but now he might just trick you a little bit every now and then if you're not careful. He might tell you one thing and pull a prank on you at the same time and get you so confused you don't know whether you're going up or down.
And what did he try to sell you a few minutes ago? What type of shirt was it? A baby shirt or something?
Yeah. He tried to sell me a baby shirt, a Firecracker Dan. Now you often see me. Do you think I can wear a baby shirt? What is the matter with that man? What is the matter, Firecracker Dan? You know I'm not that small. Yeah, he was trying to sell me a baby shirt, but I know what, I'll end up with the right size. I'll end up the right size and color because he's supposed to have several different colors in shirts, and I'm going to have to check them out. But Firecracker Dan, my book's all right.
But you
got to watch him. He's tricky.
You know where he's at, don't you? Blackbird Mountain, isn't he?
He's up on Blackbird Mountain up there, probably chirping and singing with the birds.
Yeah, with the birds and the fiddler,
And
right?
the fiddler, yeah, yeah. You can't never tell. He might try to show that fiddle player how to play too.
Yeah, I kind of believe he would, don't
I
you?
believe he would.
You know, he can dance the dance of 1,000 soldiers in a marching band, and he can do a whole lot more.
Yeah, that Firecracker Dan, he's plumb full of tricks, and not only tricks, but he's full of a lot of stuff that you wouldn't even begin to imagine that he could do and stuff. He's a right smart Firecracker Dan. If you get to know him, well, you'll find out. You'll find out what a firecracker he is.
And Damon said, well, you could go out to Facebook, type up Firecracker Dan, and go to his Facebook page,
Yeah.
or you can go watch this movie that he's just finishing right now,
Yeah.
editing up, and
Or you can go over to Pomeroy in Kentucky and find Firecracker Dan land. It ain't hard to find.
what do you think about the place over there, Damon?
I think it's pretty nice.
Looking
I think
pretty
it's all
nice.
right, yeah. I got to get over there one day and get inside that house. But I'm going to keep my eyes peeled out because Firecracker Dan might be in there for firecracker or something. He might want to pull a prank as I come through.
Yeah, he's good to do that, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's good to pull them pranks.
But yeah, go to Firecracker Dan land
Yeah. Go to Firecracker Dan land, check it out.
on
I
YouTube,
guarantee
right?
you'll find something interesting on there. If you don't, do something wrong.
Yep.
Because he's sort of like a jack of all trades, you know. And he's all time traveling here, there, and yonder. So check him out sometime. All right, I gotta go. Y'all be good.
Thank you, Damon.
You're welcome.